Hey, hello everyone, and special what's up to all of my reality TV fans. My name is Shayluv. I'm a fellow reality TV fanatic with you guys, and that's really why I'm before you guys today. 2022 is giving us a good hit of reality TV shows coming up in regards to Housewives, in regards to Basketball Wives, in regards to um, Love is Blind, in regards to any of the shows on OWN. It is going to be a popping year when it comes to reality TV. And I'm not missing out on anything. So this year, I'm going to start reviewing reality TV shows and give you guys my input. And I would love to hear your input as well. Every time I do watch a show, I do have a glass of wine with me. So when I'm reviewing, you guys will see me with a glass of wine. Okay, got that out the way. And of course, I have my lucky notebook. This will get you transitioned into a tablet or a phone. You guys, I'm not good at writing things down. I'd rather type it out. But you know what? For my first review, I don't mind having a journal, a pencil, a pen, and keeping it old school. For my first review, I'm actually going to be doing Kandi Burris's spinoff, which is Kandi in the Game. Now, if you guys are big in reality TV like me, Bravo's like honestly one of my top networks that I be on. It has Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac, Real Housewives of New Jersey. And that really is what holds up Bravo, all of those housewife franchises. But that's a different topic for a different day, okay? We're talking about Kandi in the Gang, okay? So let's just get into it, okay? So Kandi in the Gang is really based on Kandi and Todd. It's surrounded around Kandi and her husband Todd. And the OLG, which is Old Lady Gang Restaurant. Now, Kandi and Todd are really good business when a really good business couple. And basically, they thought about an idea of opening up a restaurant based off the recipes off of their Kandi's mother and aunts. And this is about 5 years ago of this day. Now, the business have went up and running. They have actually dealt with some difficulties within the last couple of years, had some really poor reviews. And so Kandi's decision was to just go ahead and try to show the process of rebuilding up Old Lady Gang and filming it as well. So that's where Kandi and the Gang is going to be basically around. The family business, as she's saying. Kandi is narrating the show. And I think this is good. I don't think nobody else can really narrate her show like she can. Nobody else can, not even just a separate host or even Todd. Kandi got that in the bag, okay? I am a Kandi fan, even though I think she's a little, not the most interesting. She has a lot of things going on, but she's not into a lot of drama. She's not into a lot of mess, which is a great thing. But I would like to see what this show shows. Kandi in the Gang gives me a Vanderpump Rule type of vibe. But honey, Vanderpump Rules been out. Their seasons has been long. They are hitting double-digit seasons now as well. And like I said, if you are into the Housewives, then you know Vanderpump Rules, and you know about my girl Lisa. All right, so let's keep it going. So, like I said, Kandi starts out with narrating, saying that, giving us the background of the Old Lady Gang, and just saying that they have been having some trouble with the restaurant. Just a side note, the intro song. I really do like the intro song. We can all tell that Kandi produced and sang her own song, and I think it was really good. I thought it was cute. I thought it was very catchy. I can hear it going on for seasons on end. If it's good, if this is a good first season, we'll see. Okay? So, The show starts out after Kandi does her introductions of the cast. The show starts out with a meeting. So at the meeting, this is all the cast members that we're going to be, basically we're going to be introduced for the rest of the season, okay? I'm just going to go ahead down the line. You have Philip. Philip came in from Blaze, their other restaurant, which is doing very well. He was the operations manager for that. So he is coming over to OLG to help with OLG, help pick up their operations and their customer service and how their business ran. And so, yeah, okay, there's Philip. We'll get into him later on in a second, okay? We have Chandrika. Chandrika is the host, the first face that you see when you come into OLG. So she is one of the main hosts. She was the original. She did make that very clear. A very beautiful young woman. Made that very clear. When OLG first opened, honey, I was one of the originals. I was the original host. And I feel you, Chandrika, but we'll see if that's going to last. Your position going to last later on this season, okay? Alrighty. And then we have Don Juan, Kandi's right-hand man. Now, Don Juan have made some appearances on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think I do remember him seen just a couple of times on The Real Housewives of Atlanta a little bit later on in the seasons with Kandi. And so he is the manager of Old Lady Gang, okay? General manager. So we're going to move on to Dom Unique. Dom Unique is a bartender as well as a professional dancer. That's all I can really say about Dom Unique right now. We also have Brandon. Brandon is the manager, the direct manager in the restaurant. He just got thrown into this position. And yeah, he's still trying to find his way. He's still trying to figure out exactly what's the best way to run the business. I have high hopes for you, Brandon, but on the other side, I don't really have too much high hopes because I don't know if you're going to grasp as fast as when Philip comes in and switch things around. So we'll get into that in a second, okay? So going into the meeting and the conversation. So basically, Todd and Kandi spoke with Philip and Don Juan personally first, and they basically said like, okay, have the restaurant notice that you were there for any other reason besides just being there helping to work out. Philip was like, no, they just think I'm coming to help out with the menus, help out with anything else with the restaurant. They don't know I'm coming to change shit up, okay? So that's basically was that, okay? So then they moved on to having a restaurant meeting with the rest of the staff. And that's where things get a little funny, because as soon as Kandi let the rest of the staff know that Philip is going to be help managing the restaurant, Chandrika was not having that at all. The first thing that came out of her mouth was,
for OLG, he's going to be here more often.
Oh, I don't like him.
Oh, I don't like him. Well, Chandrika, we deal with a lot of people all the time that we don't like. But you got to learn how to conduct yourself appropriately when you're in a work environment so that you can make sure your check's still rolling in until you can find yourself another job that you don't have to work with that person no more. That's how that is ran. Let me take a sip before I get into that. So, one thing I do got to say about that, which is a side note, is that I have worked with women just like Chandrika, in the restaurant business. It is very hard to work with a person like that. That is just like, I done been here long enough. I'm comfortable. I don't got to do too much. Why I got to wait your table? I'm the host, but y'all see, I'm pretty. I got my nails done. Like, just not even worried about getting the job done. I am one of those staff members that's like, I don't care what you want me to do. As long as I'm getting paid, as long as you don't cut my pay, and as long as you don't play with me about my money, I'm going to come and do what I need to do. And I'm going to play my role. If I really don't like it, I'm going to play my role until I find a new place to go. And that's just what it is to it. But just blatantly going out your way to say to your peer or your friend that you work with, I do not like him. He's just got a nasty attitude. That is really just, it's not necessary. And honestly, probably majority of your coworkers don't feel like hearing you say that. They just want to work, get the hours out the way so they can enjoy their day. So, John Chandrika, please remember that, like, nobody wants to hear who you like and who you don't like. Because at the end of the day, when you come in the next day, you're probably going to see them again. And you're going to do this every day. That gets tiring, okay? So, yeah, basically, that's what the meeting turned into. That Philip was just basically like, it's going to be a lot of changes going on. So, you guys be prepared for the changes. Chandrika wasn't having it. And that was basically that. So, when the meeting was over, Don Juan pulled Chandrika aside and was like, girl, what's wrong with you? Why don't you like Philip? What about Philip that you don't like? And she explained herself. She explained, let me look back because I actually wrote it down. You know, Philip, basically she was just saying that, basically Philip got to stick up his ass. And he does. But you know what? Having that one person like that, you may not have to deal with them for a long time if you allow them to help you operate your business the way it's supposed to be. Or if you're working there, you allow them to put you where you need to be. Because honestly, people like that, they don't stay very long. They come, do their job, they do what they need to do, and once everything's afloat, they move on to the next thing. That's basically what it is, like a crisis management thing, okay? So Don Juan was just like, all right, listen, y'all got to figure this out now and figure it out right away because this restaurant's about to open and we don't need y'all two to be going back and forth. And Chandrika, you the host. We don't need you to be having attitudes and then passing it on to our customers. I respect that. That's how it should be. So Chandrika, Don Juan, and Philip move over to the side and they had a personal conversation. And basically it was just like, let's just air it out. What is the issue? What is the problem? Chandrika just said, I don't like how you move. I don't like your attitude. I just think that boom, boom, bam, bam. It was nothing hardcore for you to be like, this is why I can't be around you. It's just like, it really is just personalities clashing. That's all it is. Philip was like, listen, it's either you come here and do your job or you can go home. It's whatever you want to do. It's not going to change me no way or the other. And that's basically it. That's how he left it like that. Do your job, then you won't have to worry about me saying anything to you. Point blank period. As he should. And I'm just going to say this. I am not the biggest fan of somebody that is like Philip because they do kind of make it hard to, or less fun to work at your workplace because they're so like, you may feel like you gotta be micromanaged or you may feel like he may not present it in a way that you may like for it to be presented. But like I said, do what you need to do, get in order, and he won't be around for that long. Point blank period, okay? So, like females, like Chandrika, I'm sorry, not Chandria, Chandrika. She gonna run back and tell her coworker what they just talked about. Besides just letting the conversation end how it's supposed to end, you're gonna go to Dom Unique knowing damn well you're supposed to be at that front stadium waiting for people or allowing people to come in and go ahead and sit their tables. You're gonna go to the bar and run your mouth. And Philip is like, he walked into the door, about to open the door, and he's like, are you serious? Are you serious? My bad, you guys. You're still talking about it after we just finished talking about it? It was only a me and you conversation.
Chandrika, you can go home. You're done for the day.
Go home. And as he should. I felt like that was just doing, Chandrika, you was doing too much right there, boo. And you know what? I'm for my black girls. I'm for, you stand up for yourself and everything. When is the right time and the right place for that? First of all, you ain't had enough. You cannot like him and not make a big deal about it. I do it all the time. I would not like you and I would dead ignore you unless you had Unless you ask me a question, I'll answer your question and go back to acting like I don't see you at all. Trust me, the day goes by faster that way. But you decide to go run back and tell Dom Unique what you, Philip, and Dom Juan talked about. And girl, that got you sent home. So Philip sent you home, and they're like, you know what, we're going to be short-staffed until the evening time, but we'll figure it out. Cheers to that. And, you know, a lot of people may not agree with me on the decision when it comes to Chandrika and Philip. Philip is not an enjoyable person. I understand that 1,000%. But Chandrika needs to handle that a little bit better so she can make sure she get her money by the end of the day. Okay? All right. So moving on to the next thing. Kandi goes over to the old lady gang's house, which really was, she was over at Nora's house, okay? Now, the old lady gang consists of her Mama Joyce, Nora, and as well as Bertha, okay? So those are the old lady gang, and they're all sisters. They hang around all the time, and they are no ordinary old ladies. As Kandi would say, they're no ordinary old ladies. They like the drama, they like the mess, they like the fun as much as any other 20-year-old would like it, okay? And I'm for it. Y'all live y'all life. Life is too short. Y'all, you know, something can happen tomorrow, and, you know, you may not be alive to live, do things, have fun, laugh, twerk. I don't care if you're 50, do it. 80, do it. Okay. Kandi goes to see the old lady gang and get their opinion on how they think the restaurant is going, which I think is really good because honestly, these are their recipes. These are their hard work. These are passed down from their grandmothers to their mothers to them to Kandi to generations on end that people are now able to try this food and have a good time. I never been to the old lady gang restaurant, but you know what? I'm not going to be opposed to it. If I go to Atlanta, you know, I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to wait till I get to the end. I'm going to wait till I get to the end because if I went there on a day, if I went there and paid my money on a day that happened later on in this episode, I would have been mad. All right, so we'll get to that in a second, though. Kandi brings up, so after she got there, after she got their opinions, basically they were basically saying that some staff is rude, some staff don't really want to be there. They mentioned Chandrika, they mentioned Brandon. And I think those were the only two characters for sure that they mentioned. But that was basically that with that. She asked them together and then she asked them separately. Cool. So she brings up to them having an OLG reunion, which is, I think is always a great idea. I have friends that work in the restaurant, which is just like OLG or a restaurant / lounge. And they do that all the time. They have, what's the word? I'm sorry, you guys. They have staff appreciation days where they just maybe close down the restaurant and the staff can have a good time together and they celebrate the staff and everything. Now this time it looked like they had it in behind the restaurant, which is cool. So while the restaurant is running its business in the back, they have old staff, they have new staff, all there coming together, okay? So they had a previous employee, Torin, come in to set up for that reunion. Torin, props to you, because I can see where you are going. And just keep doing what you're doing. You already working under a pretty well-known black celebrity and, you know, setting up events for her. So just keep on doing what your passion is, which is event. And it looks like you do a very great job on that. That is a passion of mine as well, as setting up for events and designing for events. So I am on your side with that. We gotta stick together. And yeah, I know you were complaining about the couches looking ugly. They were ugly, but you made them work. You made them work. So you good, Torin. I'm pretty much sure we're gonna see a little bit more Torin later on this season, okay? Okay, so everybody got drunk at the reunion. Dom, Unique, and Brandon have some type of sexual chemistry going on between one another. And yeah, they can't keep it in their pants at the job. We all been there before. We've all been there before. Not me, but I know people have. And that's basically that. I don't really want to talk about their romantic, sneaky links. I don't care to, bring that up unless, something spicy comes up later on in the later episodes, okay? So keeping it moving. Moving on, I'm guessing it's a new day. So there's a new hostess that comes in. I really wish I could remember your name. You're just the light-skinned guy. You came in. And you seem like you were really excited to come into work and start the day. The funny thing is that I have been in your shoes before. And I'm sure a lot of us have been in your shoes before, where you come in on your first day and you like, what the hell is going on? This is what I decided to work for. Nothing's going right at all. So you just looking around like, what the hell did I just sign up for? So he comes in and he immediately sees the issues that Chandrika, because Chandrika's he's supposed to be shadowing under Chandrika. He immediately noticed the issues that Chandrika has being a host. This is a new guy, Kandi. This is a new guy that's just coming in, and he already sees a list of things that Chandrika is just not good being a host. I don't even know, I'm going to be honest, I don't even know how somebody like her could be the first face that a customer comes in to see. Not saying that she's not a beautiful woman, but that can get kind of discredited when you have an attitude or when you just put on social media. Y'all better come wait y'all tables. I ain't the only hostess. And that can rub some people the wrong way. So the hostess noticed that, okay? Later on in the same day, the power goes out at the restaurant. And they have to wait for the power to turn back on because Kandi and Todd decided to not get a generator. And Todd's explanation was, oh, you gotta get a whole lot of things passed with the city. I gotta do a whole lot of paperwork. And it was just too much. So I'd rather stand a little power outage for a little bit than to get me a generator that costs you hundreds of thousands of dollars to not get a generator and to have customers waiting on their check. I'm gonna be honest. If I come on that day and the power goes out and y'all don't have no way for the power to come back on and my food took an hour to get, I finally get my food and the power goes out and it's hot inside and all you can do is show up. I'm gonna be happy to see you, Kandi, but I'm gonna be like, Kandi, where's the AC? How can I, because I don't got no cash for me, how can I get a card to give you my money to pay for my food? Like, that's the stuff that I'm going to be thinking, like, come on now. A lot of people travel long and far, and they want to just sit down and have a good meal, have good service, and the last thing they want is to be sitting up in some hot, dark restaurant waiting on their check. My bad, you guys, the wine getting to me. Y'all know in the later episodes, I'm really kind of like, why should I filter? Why should I filter, right? But yeah, Kandi, I really wish that y'all made a better decision when it comes to the whole generator thing. And a lot of things, honestly, that are issues with your business is very much so fixable. Your business is not on its last wheel yet. Luckily, it's very fixable. But just like Philip said, you do gotta weed out some of the bad apples in order to get that good. I'm guessing it's a great southern feel. There's some people out here in this world that would die to have that job right now of being a great host. You don't gotta worry about them having no issues. You don't gotta worry about anything like that. It's just I'm here to do my job and I'm here to make this place look top notch, 5 stars. And I'm not saying you can't have some fun, but you gotta be able to balance out the fun and the business at the same time. So with that being said, you guys, that was the first episode, really just the wrap up of the first episode of Kandi and the Gang. I thought that it was pretty decent. I feel like it could have potential to be a really good spinoff. I feel like it could at least be hopefully a season 2. Hopefully a season 2. I really got hope for that because for the other Atlanta housewife and her spinoff, Miss Portia, that was a hot mess. I wish I started doing my reviews when they started Portia Family Matters. And I'm not doing no comparison because I don't like to compare. They're 2 totally different entities, 2 totally different things. But I don't know what that was, Bravo. Come better next time, okay? Thank you. So you guys, with that being said, that's my wrap up for the review of the summary and review of Kandi and the Game episode 1. Welcome to the gang. I think that was the title of the episode. I will be doing reviews on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Love and Marriage DC, which I'm super excited about. I hope you guys are excited with me on the newest franchise for Love and Marriage. And just a couple of others. As we go on and as I do more reviews, if you guys feel as though, hey, Shay, there is a show that's coming out and it's going to be really good, you should try to review it, let me know. Y'all, I don't bite. I smile. Y'all smile back at me. Y'all talk back with me, okay? Much love. Y'all stay great. Drink you some wine and have a great night, okay?